Hello everyone and welcome back to Big OGGIE World Kitchen. That was a gobful.
Half a change name now, won't I? Go on.
Never mind. Anyway, so today I'm going to take a recipe out of a Tom Kerridge real life recipe book. So we are going to make peach and custard tarts, right?
They're good like that, aren't they?
No, well, we're going to try.
We'll try.
We're not going to put almonds on ours to start
No.
off with, so they won't look like that. And apparently these are supposed to be a bit of a cross between a Portuguese custard tart and a Danish pastry.
And you love them both?
I love both. I am using cheap peach slices. 37p a tin, because have you seen the price of peach slices nowadays? And the other thing that you need, it does state it, you need it in syrup. So quite honestly, you've got our job to get them.
Yeah, I think you'll have to get the cheap ones now because the posh ones are all in juice, aren't
Exactly. So all you need to start off with is one sheet of ready-made puff pastry, right? Once you've unrolled your pastry, you're going to fold it in half and mark it. And then you're going to cut it in half. Like so. Then you're going to take a large beaten egg with a pinch of salt in, because apparently it breaks it down a bit easier. And you're going to completely brush one piece of the pastry like that. And then we're going to take the other layer of pastry and we're going to lay it on the top like so. And then we're just going to push it down lightly. As you can see, there's air bubbles underneath, so kind of try and work your air bubbles out like that. And then we're going to cut that into 4, so we've got kind of rectangles. Then transfer them onto a baking sheet and put them in the fridge for 15 minutes. That's the first job done. Next, we're going to make the custardy bit, okay? So you need original custard powder. I don't know if there is another one apart from Birds. I've only ever seen Birds, but anyway.
Seems to be the main brand, doesn't it? Certainly in this country anyway.
Yeah. So you need 3 tablespoons of this. 3 tablespoons of that.
All the ingredients will be listed below by me, as usual.
Absolutely. And then you add 2 tablespoons of caster sugar, a teaspoon of vanilla paste or vanilla extract.
So basically we're going to get a bit more vanilla of...
Yeah, we're making a custard, but obviously it's going to be thicker because we want it to not run. And it's going to be umped with some extra vanilla. And it's also umped with a little bit of fresh cream. So we need 350 mils of whole milk, and that's important, whole milk, and then 50 mils of single cream, okay? So I'm going to mix this in gradually. You can do it with a whisk. My whisk I've got currently is rubbish, so I'm going to use my trusty old wooden spoon, but do it gradually. So I'm just going to incorporate all of this and then I'm going to put it onto the heat. So I'll come back to you when I'm ready to put it on the heat. So my milk and my cream are in and mixed, and I'm now going to take it to the hob and put it over a medium heat and stir it, not leave it, keep stirring it until it thickens. So now it's kind of almost at the boil point. I've cooked it for a little while to let the powdery thing go. Time to turn it off and put it to one side until it cools completely. But you can see it's quite a thick custard. And obviously as it cools, it will thicken further. So these have been in for 10 minutes. They're starting to cook, but they're not completely cooked. And we need to leave them for a few minutes to cool. And then we're going to press down the middles, because obviously they've puffed up and we don't want that. Okay, so we've pressed them down, the custard's cold, so the next thing is to load your pastry cases with the custard. Put a nice amount in, but don't overfill, I would suggest. It says about 1/4 in each, but it seems to me like there's quite a lot of custard there. So just use your judgment. And it's really thick now, so you've got our job to move it. So that's my custard in, and as you can see there's quite a lot left, but if you overload it's going to just run over and look a mess. Okay, next you take your peach slices that have been dried, because you don't want them swimming in a lot of juice, and you put them on the top. I reckon 4 decent ones, well 3 in that one, look. Just, it's going to depend on the size of your peach slices. So finally we're going to go over the edges again with our egg glaze, and then we're going to sprinkle a little bit of caster sugar over the edges that we've just glazed. So the glaze in effect is just so you can stick your caster sugar to it. So they're ready to go back in for 15 minutes. We'll bring them out and show you a picture at the end. Don't leave them for 15 minutes, check them, because I'd hate for you to get this far and then burn them. If you're interested in the book is in our link, in an Amazon link, so if you click on our link it will take you directly to the book. The book is absolutely worth it. I think personally it's one of Tom's best ones, certainly for everyday family life. So these are going to go back in and I will show you them at the end. Hope you've enjoyed this. Bye bye everyone.